The complete story of Suzuki GSX-R. From 400cc rebellion to global superbike dominance, 1984-2027, Part 3. Welcome back to our Suzuki GSX-R documentary series. In Part 1, we explored the birth of the GSX-R legend from the revolutionary 1980 for GSX-R400 to the refined superbikes of 2000. In Part 2, we entered the modern era, where fuel injection, chassis development, and the rise of the GSX-R1000 pushed Suzuki into the heart of the superbike wars of the 21st century. Now, in Part 3, the story reaches its final chapter. From 2017 to 2027, the superbike world changes dramatically. Electronics become dominant, emissions regulations tighten, and competition becomes more intense than ever. Yet Suzuki continues to refine the GSX-R750 and GSX-R1000, staying true to the formula of lightweight, rider-focused performance. We'll go through every key update, how each model evolved, what changed in this final generation of GSX-R machines, and finally, we'll look ahead what the future of the GSX-R could become. Before we begin, if you enjoy detailed motorcycle history videos like this, consider subscribing. It helps support future projects. Now, let's begin the final chapter. 2017, Suzuki GSX-R750. By 2017, the bike was already a legendary survivor. While the supersport class was shrinking worldwide, Suzuki continued offering the unique 750 formula, a bike lighter than liter bikes, but far stronger than 600s. Mechanically, the 2017 model remained unchanged from the major 2011 redesign, which had already introduced the lighter chassis, Showa PF suspension, and Brembo monoblock brakes. But even without updates, the GSX-R750 still had something most rivals didn't: balance. Many riders described it as the perfect real-world sport bike. What's new? Updated graphics and paint, carryover. 749cc inline-4 aluminum twin-spar frame. Showa big piston fork, Brembo monoblock brakes. Suzuki drive mode selector, SDMS. There were no mechanical or electronic updates. Engine: the new bike kept the proven engine architecture. Specifications: 749cc inline-4. Bore time stroke: 70 × 48.7 mm, SDTV, dual throttle valve injection. 12.5:1 compression ratio, real-world output. 135 to 140 horsepower at the rear wheel. Strong mid-range torque compared to 600s. Power delivery remained smooth, linear, and predictable, making it easier to ride hard than many supersports. Experienced riders often say, a 600, you don't have to thrash to go fast. Electronics: the electronics package remained simple. Suzuki drive mode selector, SDMS. Motor: full power, mode B, softer throttle. Mode C, reduced power for rain, notably absent. No traction control. No wheelie control, no ride-by-wire. By 2017, this simplicity felt old school, but many riders appreciated the direct throttle connection. Chassis and suspension, frame. Twin-spar aluminum frame, braced aluminum swing arm. Wheelbase: 1,400 mm, suspension. Front: Showa big piston fork, fully adjustable. Rear: fully adjustable Showa monoshock. Handling remained one of the GSX-R750's biggest strengths. Track instructors frequently said it offered sharper agility than liter bikes, more stability than 600s. Brakes, front, Brembo monoblock calipers, 310mm discs, rear, 220mm disc. Braking feel was strong and progressive even by modern standards. Weight and dimensions: wet weight 190 kilograms, fuel tank 17.5 liters, seat height 810 millimeters. The relatively low weight helped the bike feel lighter than most liter bikes on tight roads. Official colors: Suzuki offered 3 factory color schemes: blue-white, MotoGP inspired; matte black-red, white-blue. The blue-white combination remained the most iconic GSX-R look. Reliability and known issues: the engine is widely considered one of the most reliable supersport engines ever built. Mechanics commonly report typical issues, not widespread failures. Stator wear after high mileage, regulator, rectifier heat buildup. Exhaust servo wear, none, are considered major problems. Many engines easily exceed 80,000 to 100,000 kilometers with proper maintenance. Rider and mechanic opinions: experienced riders often describe the 750 like this: if you want one sport bike that can do everything, track days, canyon riding, and even commuting, the 750 is hard to beat. Mechanics appreciate simple electronics, durable engine design, easy valve service. Several motorcycle YouTubers and reviewers often say the same thing: the GSX-R750 might be old, but it still rides brilliantly. Competition: by 2017, there were no direct 750cc rivals left. However, buyers compared it with both supersports and liter bikes. Supersport rivals: Yamaha YZF-R6, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-6R. Advantages: stronger acceleration, more usable street power. Disadvantages: slightly heavier. Liter bike comparisons: BMW S1000R, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R, Yamaha YZF-R1. Compared to 1000cc bikes. Advantages: easier to ride fast, more forgiving chassis. Disadvantages: less peak power. The 2017 model represents the purest version of the classic GSX-R formula. No complicated electronics, no excessive horsepower, just a strong inline-4, a balanced chassis, and predictable handling. For many riders, that simplicity is exactly why Suzuki still has such a loyal following. 2017 Suzuki GSX-R1000. It was a massive year for the company. After several years of small updates, Suzuki released an all-new GSX-R1000 generation, the biggest redesign since 2009. 2 versions were introduced: GSX-R1000, GSX-R1000R track-focused version. This redesign aimed directly at the new generation of superbikes, like the BMW S1000RR and Yamaha R1. Everything was new, completely redesigned engine. Ride-by-wire throttle, new electronics package. Traction control system, launch control. Quick shifter, R model. Showa balance-free suspension, R model. Suzuki also introduced technology derived from their MotoGP program. Engine specifications: 999.8cc inline-4. Bore time stroke: 7655.1 mm. Key innovations: variable valve timing, SRVVT, finger follower, valve train, titanium valves. Output: 199 horsepower and 117 Nm torque. The engine was designed to combine strong mid-range. Extremely high top-end power, this made the bike one of the fastest Suzuki's ever built. Electronics. The new electronics suite included 10-level traction control, ride-by-wire throttle, launch control, motion tracking, braking system, cornering ABS. The 1000R version added quick shifter, up-down, launch control improvements. While not as complex as some European systems, it was a massive step forward for Suzuki. Chassis. Suzuki redesigned the entire frame. New features: lighter aluminum twin-spar frame, longer swing arm for better traction, steeper steering geometry. Wheelbase 1,420mm. The result was better stability at high speed while maintaining agility. Suspension. Standard model Showa BPF fork, Showa shock. 1000R model Showa balance free fork, BFF. Showa balance free rear cushion. The R version was clearly built for track performance. Brakes. Front Brembo monoblock calipers, 320mm discs. Rear 220mm disc. Braking performance improved thanks to new electronics and stronger braking components. Weight. GSX-R1000 wet weight 200 kg. GSX-R1000R wet weight 203 kg. Despite the added electronics, Suzuki kept the bike relatively light. Official colors: blue-white, red-black, black-grey. The MotoGP style, blue-white, remained the most recognizable Suzuki livery. Reliability. Because the bike was brand new in 2017, long-term reliability data initially came later. However, mechanics noted strengths: strong engine internals, durable gearbox, minor early concerns, exhaust servo motor wear, quick shifter sensor sensitivity, R model. Overall, reliability remained very good compared to other superbikes. The 2017 bike launched against BMW S1000R, Yamaha YZF-R1, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R, Aprilia ISV4. Compared to rivals, advantages: powerful engine, excellent chassis stability, strong reliability reputation. Disadvantages: electronics, slightly less advanced than BMW and Aprilia. Rider and reviewer opinions. Track riders praised the engine. The top-end rush is insane. Reviewers highlighted the chassis stability. Mechanics liked the engineering approach. Suzuki didn't overcomplicate the bike, they focused on mechanical performance. Character. The 2017 redesign returned Suzuki to the superbike fight. With MotoGP-inspired engine technology, a lighter chassis, and modern electronics, the GSX-R1000 once again became a serious contender in the liter bike war. 2018 Suzuki GSX-R750. The model continued essentially unchanged. The bike still relied on the 2011 redesign platform, which had proven extremely balanced and durable. Even though the supersport class was shrinking, the 750 remained lighter and more agile than liter bikes, but with noticeably more power than 600s. Many experienced riders continued to call it the sweet spot of sport bikes. What's new? For 2018, updated color schemes and graphics. There were no mechanical or electronic updates. Engine specifications remained identical to previous years. Real-world performance: 135 to 140 horsepower at the rear wheel, smooth and linear torque curve. Compared with Supersport 600s, the bike produced much stronger mid-range acceleration, which made street riding easier and faster. Experienced riders often say it pulls harder everywhere than a 600, but still feels just as light. Electronics. The GSX-R750 kept the same electronics package like the previous year. Missing by 2018 standards. No traction control, no wheelie control. No ride-by-wire throttle. Some riders considered this outdated, but others liked the direct throttle response and mechanical feel. Handling. Track riders frequently noted the bike offers faster corner entry than liter bikes, stronger exit acceleration than 600s. This balance is exactly why the bike has remained popular for track days. Official colors. Suzuki offered several factory color schemes. Blue-white, Suzuki racing colors, matte black-red, white-blue. Reliability and known issues. The 750 has one of the best reliability reputations in the supersport category. Mechanics frequently report common minor issues. Stator wear after high mileage, regulator, rectifier heat problems. Exhaust servo valve wear, none, are considered major failures. With proper maintenance, many engines run well beyond 100,000 kilometers. Rider and mechanic opinions. Experienced riders describe the bike. If you want a sport bike, you can actually ride fast. On the street, the 750 makes more sense than a liter bike. Mechanics appreciate simple electronics, durable engine design, straightforward maintenance. Many YouTubers also point out that the bike is one of the most confidence-inspiring sport bikes ever made. By 2018, the bike has the following competition. Supersport competitors: Yamaha YZF-R6, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-R compared with 600s. Advantages: stronger acceleration, better street performance. Disadvantages: slightly heavier. Liter bike comparisons. BMW S1000R, Yamaha YZF-R1, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R. Compared with 1000s. Advantages: easier to control, more forgiving handling. Disadvantages: lower peak horsepower. Character. By this time, the bike had become something special in the motorcycle world. A classic supersport formula that no other manufacturer offered anymore. It wasn't the newest bike, but it remained one of the most balanced sport bike you could buy. 2018 Suzuki GSX-R1000. After the massive redesign in 2017, the 2018 model continued largely unchanged. This generation introduced a modern superbike platform with MotoGP derived variable valve timing, advanced traction control, ride-by-wire throttle. Suzuki offered two versions again: GSX-R1000, GSX-R1000R track-focused version. What's new? Updated paint and graphics. Mechanically, the bikes remained unchanged from 2017. Engine output: 199 horsepower and 117 Nm of torque. Real-world dyno figures typically show around 175 to 180 horsepower at the rear wheel. The engine was praised for combining strong mid-range torque, extremely powerful top end. Electronics. The bike featured a modern electronics suite, 10-level traction control, launch control, motion tracking, brake system, cornering ABS, ride-by-wire throttle. The GSX-R1000R added bidirectional quickshifter, Showa balance-free suspension, lightweight battery. Official colors. Color options included blue-white, red-black, black-gray. Reliability and known issues. The redesigned engine proved strong and durable, though some early ownership reports mentioned minor issues. Common minor complaints: quick shifter sensor sensitivity, exhaust servo motor wear, heat around the catalytic converter. Overall, reliability remained very strong compared with many superbikes. Rider and reviewer opinions. Track riders praised the engine. The top-end pull feels endless. Reviewers also highlighted the chassis stability and braking performance, mechanics often say. Suzuki kept the engineering straightforward, which helps long-term reliability. The GSX-R1000 competed with BMW S1000R, Yamaha YZF-R1, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R, Aprilia RS-V4 compared with rivals. Advantages: strong engine performance, excellent chassis stability, high reliability. Disadvantages: electronics less sophisticated than some European superbikes. Character: the bike delivered superb high-speed stability, powerful top-end performance, reliable engineering. It proved that the GSX-R1000 was once again a serious contender in the superbike class. 2019 becomes interesting because the supersport market and superbike competition change a lot, especially with major rivals like the Ducati Panigale V4 entering the superbike war, which affects the GSX-R1000's position. Mechanically, the bike still came from the 2011 redesign generation, one of the most balanced GSX-R platforms ever built. Even 8 years after that redesign, riders and reviewers continued to praise the bike for its incredible balance between power, weight, and handling. Many track riders still considered it one of the easiest sport bikes to ride fast. Engine: the engine's biggest advantage remained its usable, mid-range torque, which made it much easier to ride on the street compared with 600cc supersports. Experienced riders often describe the power band like this: it feels like a 600 with a turbo in the mid-range. Chassis and suspension: the 750 remained famous for neutral and predictable handling. Track instructors say the bike's chassis gives riders excellent front-end feedback, making it easier to push hard. Braking remained strong and progressive even compared to newer bikes. The relatively low weight still made it feel very agile in tight corners. Official colors: factory color options included blue, white, Suzuki racing colors, matte black, red, white, blue. Rider and mechanic opinions: experienced riders frequently say the GSX-R750 is the sport bike most riders are actually fast on. Mechanics appreciate strong engine internals, simple electronics, easier maintenance compared with modern superbikes. YouTubers have even called it one of the most underrated sport bikes still on sale. Character: by 2019, the bike had become something special, a classic supersport formula that no other manufacturer still offered. Even without modern electronics, the bike remained one of the most balanced sport bikes ever built. 2019 Suzuki GSX-R1000. The 1000 platform continued without mechanical changes after the massive 2017 redesign. However, the superbike category itself changed dramatically. The arrival of the Ducati V4 superbike era raised the competition level significantly. Suzuki remained competitive thanks to strong engine performance, stable chassis, good reliability, but rivals were becoming extremely advanced electronically. What's new? Updated paint and graphics. No new mechanical changes occurred. Engine power: 199 horsepower and 117 Nm of torque. Real-world dyno numbers show 175 to 180 horsepower at the rear wheel. The engine remained famous for its explosive top-end power. Electronics: nothing changed here. While very effective, the electronics were simpler than some European rivals' chassis. Braking power remained excellent, especially with the cornering ABS system. Official colors Suzuki offered blue-white, red-black, black-grey. The MotoGP-inspired blue-white livery remained the signature GSX-R look. Reliability and known issues: Overall, reliability remained very strong for a superbike. Minor issues reported by owners: quick shifter sensor wear, exhaust servo motor failure, catalytic converter heat near the rider. These were generally minor maintenance issues rather than major failures. Rider and reviewer opinions: track riders praised the engine's top-end power. It just keeps pulling harder the higher the revs climb. Reviewers also praised the chassis stability. However, many reviewers noted that electronics were not as advanced as European superbikes. Competition: the superbike class became extremely competitive. Major rivals included BMW S1000R all-new generation, Ducati Panigale V4, Aprilia IS V4, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R, Yamaha YZF-R1. Compared with those rivals: advantages: stable chassis, strong engine reliability, predictable electronics. Disadvantages: less advanced rider aid systems, lower peak horsepower than some rivals. Character: the 2019 model remained a very fast and capable superbike, but the competition had become extremely intense. Still, many riders appreciated Suzuki's approach: a superbike that focused on mechanical performance and reliability rather than excessive electronic complexity. 2020 Suzuki GSX-R750. The 750 continued essentially unchanged. The motorcycle still used the 2011 generation platform, which had already proven to be one of the most balanced supersport chassis Suzuki ever produced. Despite its age, the bike still had a loyal following. Many experienced riders considered it the best real-world sport bike balance between the lighter 600 class and the powerful liter bikes. However, by 2020 it was also clear that the industry was moving toward electronics-heavy sport bikes, while the 750 remained intentionally simple. What's new? Updated color schemes and graphics. There were no mechanical or electronic updates for 2020. Experienced riders often describe it like this: it has the agility of a 600 but much stronger acceleration. This made the bike easier to ride quickly on the street and on track days. Official colors: Suzuki offered several factory colors: blue-white, classic Suzuki racing livery; matte black-red, white-blue. The blue-white color scheme remained the most iconic GSX-R look. Reliability and known issues: Suzuki continued to have an excellent reliability reputation. Mechanics frequently highlight the engine as extremely durable. Common minor issues occasionally reported: stator failures after high mileage, regulator, rectifier heat problems, exhaust servo valve wear. However, these are maintenance-level issues rather than serious engine failures. Many engines exceed 100,000 kilometers with proper servicing. Rider and mechanic opinions: experienced riders often say the 750 is the sport bike most riders are actually fastest on. Mechanics appreciate strong engine internals, simple electronics, relatively easy maintenance. Many YouTube reviewers describe the bike as one of the most balanced sport bikes ever built, even if the platform is older. Competition: by 2020, there were still no direct 750cc rivals. However, buyers compared it with both supersports and liter bikes. Supersport competitors: Yamaha YZF-R6, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-R. Compared with 600cc supersports: advantages: stronger acceleration, better street usability. Disadvantages: slightly heavier. Liter bike comparisons: BMW S1000R, Yamaha YZF-R1, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R, Ducati Panigale V4 against liter bikes. Advantages: easier to control. Lighter handling. Disadvantages: much lower peak horsepower. Character: by 2020, the GSX-R750 had become a true old-school supersport. No complex electronics, no extreme horsepower. Just a powerful engine, a balanced chassis, and predictable handling, qualities that kept it popular among experienced riders. 2020 Suzuki GSX-R1000. The GSX-R1000 and GSX-R1000R continued largely unchanged from the 2017 redesign. The bike remained Suzuki's flagship superbike, featuring Motorg-inspired engine technology, modern electronics, a stable and predictable chassis. However, by 2020 the superbike class had become extremely competitive, with several rivals introducing more advanced electronics and higher horsepower. What's new for 2020? Updated color schemes and graphics. There were no mechanical updates for 2020. Official colors Suzuki offered blue-white, red-black, black-grey. The MotoGP inspired blue-white scheme remained the most recognizable. Reliability and known issues: the engine proved strong and durable. Common minor issues reported by owners include quickshifter sensor wear, exhaust servo motor failure, catalytic converter heat near rider area. These are generally minor service issues rather than major reliability problems. Rider and reviewer opinions: track riders praised the engine's high RPM performance. Once it hits the top end, it pulls incredibly hard. Reviewers also highlighted the stable chassis and predictable handling. However, some noted that rivals offered more advanced electronic rider aids. Competition: the superbike category was extremely competitive. Major rivals included BMW S1000R, Yamaha YZF-R1, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R, Aprilia RS V4, Ducati Panigale V4. Compared with rivals, advantages: strong engine reliability, stable chassis, predictable electronics. Disadvantages: less advanced electronics, lower peak horsepower than some competitors. Character: the 2020 GSX-R1000 remained a very capable and extremely fast superbike, but the competition in the class had become fiercer than ever. Still, many riders appreciated Suzuki's philosophy: a superbike focused on strong mechanical performance and long-term reliability, rather than extreme electronic complexity. 2021 Suzuki GSX-R750. The bike was already a legend that had outlived its entire class. Every other manufacturer had abandoned the 750 Supersport segment years earlier, leaving Suzuki alone. Instead, the bike sat perfectly between two worlds. Lighter than superbikes, significantly stronger than 600. Engine and performance: the 2021 model continued with the 2011 generation engine and chassis, which Suzuki had refined for a decade. Power: 148 horsepower, torque: 86 Nm. Even in 2021, the engine was praised for linear power delivery, strong mid-range, extremely smooth throttle response. This is one of the reasons many track riders still preferred the 750 over modern electronics-heavy bikes. Electronics: compared with modern superbikes, electronics were minimal. Some riders saw this as outdated, others loved it because the bike felt purely mechanical and predictable. Official colors: Suzuki released several factory color schemes: metallic Triton blue, glass sparkle black, MotoGP inspired, glass sparkle black, pearl brilliant white, metallic matte stellar blue. Rider and media opinions. Experienced riders often describe it as the perfect track day bike, one of the best balanced sport bikes ever built. Professional reviewers frequently said, the bike delivers superbike acceleration without superbike intimidation. Some critics pointed out the lack of modern electronics compared with European rivals. Competition in 2021. Although number 750cc rivals existed, buyers compared it against 600 supersports. Yamaha YZF-R6, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-6R, Honda CBR600RR. These bikes were lighter, more track-focused, but they lacked the strong mid-range power of the GSX-R750. Superbikes: Yamaha YZF-R1, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R, BMW S1000RR, Ducati Panigale V4. Compared with them, the 750 was cheaper, easier to ride, much simpler electronically. Market status in 2021, Europe. Still sold normally, under Euro 4 homologation, United States. Sales continued with strong demand among track day riders and long-time GSX-R fans. 2021 Suzuki GSX-R1000. Position in the superbike class, the bike remains Suzuki's flagship superbike. The current generation, launched in 2017 with major MotoGP-inspired engineering. Two versions existed: GSX-R1000, GSX-R1000R higher spec. Official colors. Typical factory colors included metallic Triton blue, glass sparkle black, pearl brilliant white, metallic matte stellar blue. The blue racing color again reflected Suzuki's Motorg heritage. Reliability and known issues. The 2017 generation engine proved very strong mechanically. However, mechanics sometimes reported quickshifter sensor wear. Heavy track use could shorten its lifespan. Clutch wear under aggressive launches. Otherwise, the engine had excellent durability. Rider and media opinions. Reviewers praised the GSX-R1000 for strong top-end power, stable high-speed chassis, extremely smooth engine, but some critics noted competitors had more advanced electronics, lighter weight, more aggressive aerodynamics. The 1000 remained one of the most confidence-inspiring superbikes on track. Competition: BMW S1000RR, Ducati Panigale V4, Yamaha YZF-R1, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R, Honda CBR1000RR Fireblade. Many of these bikes had winglets, more complex electronics, higher peak horsepower. But Suzuki remained known for predictability and durability. Market status in 2021, Europe. Still available under Euro 4 certification, but the upcoming Euro 5 regulations were approaching. United States, strong presence in the superbike market with no regulatory problems. 2022 GSX-R750 and GSX-R1000. That year becomes very important because the pressure from Euro 5 regulations starts seriously affecting the GSX-R lineup in Europe. 2022 Suzuki GSX-R750. The model remained the last 750cc supersport motorcycle in production. It was more powerful than 600cc supersports, lighter and simpler than liter-class superbikes. For many experienced riders, the 750 was one of the best real-world sport bikes ever built. Engine and performance. The motorcycle continued with the 2011 generation powertrain unchanged mechanically. Power: 148 horsepower, torque: 86 Newton meters. The character of this engine remained one of its biggest strengths. It delivered strong mid-range power, smooth throttle response, predictable high RPM performance. Many track riders continued to say the bike felt easier to ride fast than modern liter bikes. Handling: the bike combined lightweight feel, precise steering, excellent corner stability. Many riders said it was one of the best balanced sport bikes ever made. Official colors: metallic Triton blue, glass sparkle black, pearl brilliant white, metallic matte stellar blue, glass sparkle black. Reliability and known issues: the 750 had one of the strongest reliability reputations in the supersport world. Mechanics highlight the engine as extremely durable, even under track use. Common, long-term observations: charging system components. Some owners still monitor the stator and regulator rectifier, although failures are less common than on older generations. Exhaust valve servo wear: on higher mileage bikes, the exhaust servo mechanism can eventually wear or trigger warning codes. Despite these small issues, many engines run well beyond 80,000 kilometers with minimal internal repairs. Rider and media opinions: many reviewers in 2022 still considered the bike one of the most enjoyable track day motorcycles. The perfect balance between 600 and 1000 cc bikes. However, some criticism continued regarding the aging electronics package compared with modern rivals. Competition: main alternatives included Yamaha YZF-R6, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-R, Honda CBR 600RR. Compared with them, Suzuki offered significantly stronger mid-range, faster acceleration, slightly higher weight. Against liter bikes: Yamaha YZF-R1, BMW S1000RR. The 750 remained cheaper and easier to control, though less powerful. Market status: in 2022 Europe, the bike was still sold in limited numbers, but Suzuki had not updated the engine for Euro 5 emissions regulations. This meant the model was approaching the end of its European life cycle. United States. The motorcycle continued to sell normally, especially among track day riders and long-time GSX-R fans. 2022 Suzuki GSX-R1000. The 1000 remains Suzuki's flagship superbike, continuing the generation introduced in 2017. Two versions remained available: GSX-R1000, GSX-R1000R, premium suspension and electronics. The bike was built with MotoGP-inspired engineering, including variable valve timing technology. Engine performance: power 199 horsepower, torque 117 Nm. The engine remained known for strong top-end acceleration, very smooth power delivery, strong durability. Official colors: factory colors included metallic Triton blue, glass sparkle black, pearl brilliant white, metallic matte stellar blue, glass sparkle black. Reliability and known issues: the 2017 generation engine remained very robust. Mechanics occasionally reported quick shifter sensor wear. Heavy track use could shorten its lifespan. Clutch wear: aggressive launch control use could accelerate clutch wear. Otherwise, the engine itself proved very reliable under both road and track conditions. Rider and media opinions: reviewers often praised it for predictable power delivery, excellent high-speed stability, strong track capability. However, compared with newer superbikes, critics noted it lacked advanced aerodynamic winglets, sophisticated electronic systems, Even so, riders considered it one of the most confidence-inspiring superbikes to ride fast. Competition. The superbike category remained extremely competitive. Key rivals included BMW S1000R, Ducati Panigale V4, Yamaha YZF-R1, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R, Honda CBR1000RR Fireblade. Many of these bikes offered more electronics, higher horsepower, more aggressive aerodynamics, but the Suzuki remained respected for balance, durability, and rideability. Market status in 2022 Europe. Euro 5 emissions rules were now fully in effect. Suzuki did not update the GSX-R1000 engine to meet Euro 5, meaning the model was approaching withdrawal from European sales. United States sales continued normally with no regulatory obstacles. At this timeline, I have to point out that in 2021 and 2022, there were no mechanical or technical updates for either Suzuki GSX-R750, Suzuki GSX-R1000. Suzuki carried both models over unchanged from the previous year. When that happens, the only things that can be new are typically color schemes, graphics, small equipment packaging, market availability changes. Manufacturers often do this in the later years of a model generation. Why Suzuki stopped updating them? By this time Suzuki was facing two big realities. 1. Euro 5 emissions regulations in Europe. Updating high-revving supersport engines to meet these rules requires expensive redesigns. 2. Declining supersport market. Manufacturers were shifting focus to naked bikes, adventure bikes, sport touring machines. 2023 Suzuki GSX-R750. By 2023, the bike was at the very end of its production life. Europe, the bike was removed from sale due to Euro 5 emissions regulations. United States, sales continued normally as regulations allowed. This marked the first official end-of-line situation for the GSX-R750 in Europe, though the model continued elsewhere. What's new versus carryover? New for 2023. Updated graphics and paint schemes. Minor cosmetic tweaks to mirrors and fairing decals, carryover. Essentially, mechanically unchanged from previous years. The news was mostly cosmetic and market-related. Official colors: metallic Triton blue, glass sparkle black, iconic racing livery. Pearl brilliant white, metallic matte stellar blue, glass sparkle black. Rider and media opinions. Riders: the last true mechanical 750 Supersport. Mechanics: engines are bulletproof, minimal electronics mean less maintenance. YouTubers: frequently praised for track-friendly handling and balance. Competition: direct 750 competitors no longer existed. Comparison: 600cc Supersports R6, ZX6R, CBR600RR gives lighter but weaker mid-range. 1000cc Superbikes R1, ZX10R, S1000RR, Panigale V4 gives more power, heavier, complex electronics. GSX-R750 remained unique for blending agility and usable power. Market status 2023 Europe, officially discontinued due to Euro 5 emissions. United States, sales continued, but some dealers reported smaller allocations. This was the first true production stop in Europe. No plans to redesign for Euro 5 were announced. 2023 Suzuki GSX-R1000. The 1000 continued as Suzuki's flagship superbike, carrying the 2017 generation platform. The bike still offered strong performance and durability, though rivals had introduced more advanced electronics and aerodynamics. Two versions available: GSX-R1000, GSX-R1000R, premium suspension and quickshifter. Mechanically, it's unchanged from previous years. Mechanics and riders praised durability and predictable handling, especially on track. Official colors: metallic Triton blue, glass sparkle black, pearl brilliant white, metallic matte stellar blue, glass sparkle black. Rider and media opinions: reviewers, still one of the most confidence-inspiring superbikes at high speed. Track riders: predictable chassis, strong top-end acceleration, simple but effective electronics. Critics: less advanced electronics and aerodynamics compared with newer lighter bikes. Competition: key rivals BMW S1000R, Ducati Panigale V4, Yamaha YZF-R1, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R, Honda CBR1000R Fireblade. Advantages of the 1000: strong mechanical reliability, balanced chassis, simplified electronics, less confusing for riders. Disadvantages: less aerodynamic refinement, fewer electronic assists than some European rivals, slightly lower peak power. Market status 2023, Europe. GSX-R1000, still available for now. Euro 5 compliance, allows limited sales. GSX-R750, officially removed, United States. Both 750 and 1000 models continued to sell. Suzuki GSX-R750 2024 marks the final year of the legendary 750 worldwide. Europe, already discontinued in 2023 due to Euro 5 regulations. United States, officially discontinued in 2024, Suzuki chose not to redesign the engine. This ends a 39-year production run for the GSX-R750, making it the longest-running 750cc supersport in history. Mechanics, track riders, and enthusiasts widely called this the end of an era. What's new versus carryover? New for 2024, no mechanical updates. Final edition graphics on some dealer models, special farewell paint schemes in limited numbers. Carryover, effectively, the bike is identical to 2023 mechanically, only the market status changed. Mechanics and riders still praised it. No other bike combines this lightness and usable power in the 750 range. Pure track joy, reliability, still very high. Many 750s run well past 80,000 kilometers with minimal repairs. Official colors, final editions: metallic Triton blue, glass sparkle black, special farewell edition, pearl brilliant white, metallic matte stellar blue, glass sparkle black. Collectors, consider the final blue livery the most iconic. Rider and media opinions, YouTubers and enthusiasts called it the perfect middleweight track bike. Experienced riders emphasized the mechanical simplicity and balance. Mechanics highlighted long-term reliability. Critics, no modern electronics compared with liter bikes, feels outdated. Competition, no 750cc competitors remain. Comparisons, mainly with 600cc supersports, gives weaker mid-range, lighter, track-focused. Compared with 1000cc superbikes gives GSX-R750 easier to ride, cheaper, less intimidating. The bike remained unique in character and rideability, but the market had completely shifted. 2024 Suzuki GSX-R1000. The model continued as Suzuki's flagship superbike, still mechanically the 2017 generation platform. GSX-R1000 and GSX-R1000 are versions available. Minor cosmetic updates only, still highly respected for balance, durability, and track confidence. What's new versus carryover? New for 2024. Updated graphics, dealer special livery. Slightly revised European availability due to Euro 5 regulations compliance. Carryover, mechanically unchanged. Engine and performance, inline 4, smooth, 199 horsepower, 117 Nm torque. Strong high RPM performance, predictable power, durable and track-friendly. Mechanics, confirmed excellent long-term reliability, though quickshifter and clutch components require inspection with track use. Official colors: metallic Triton blue, glass sparkle black, pearl brilliant white, metallic matte stellar blue, glass sparkle black. Rider and media opinions: riders, predictable, solid, and still fun at high speeds. YouTubers, highlighted smooth power, durability, and balanced chassis. Critics, some electronics rivals, slightly more advanced, but simpler interface praised. Competition, main rivals in later superbikes: BMW S1000R, Ducati Panigale V4, Yamaha YZF-R1, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R, Honda CBR1000RR Fireblade. Advantages of GSX-R: durable engines, balanced, confidence-inspiring chassis, less overwhelming electronics. Disadvantages: slightly lower peak power, few aerodynamic aids, electronics less sophisticated than top European rivals. Market status: Europe, GSX-R750, discontinued permanently due to Euro 5. GSX-R1000, still available, Euro 5 compliant, limited dealer allocation. United States, both models continue, though the 750 sales are phasing out. 2025 Suzuki GSX-R750. By 2025, the bike was completely discontinued worldwide. Europe, discontinued since 2023 due to Euro 5 emissions regulations. United States, discontinued in 2024, no new models produced. This officially marks the end of the 750cc GSX-R line, ending a 39-year production history. 2025 Suzuki GSX-R1000. The model remains Suzuki's flagship superbike, no new generation yet. Still mechanically the 2017 platform. GSX-R1000R version available with premium suspension and electronics. This year focused on market continuity rather than redesign. What's new versus carryover? New for 2025. Updated color options, special dealer graphics, occasionally for Euro 5 markets. Carryover, no mechanical or electronic changes. Engine, 999.8cc inline 4, senior VVT, 199 horsepower. Electronics, traction control, ride-by-wire, launch control, motion track braking, IMU. Suspension, Showa balance free fork, BFRC rear, R model, chassis, aluminum twin spar frame. Essentially, the bike is unchanged from 2020 for mechanically. Official colors: metallic Triton blue, glass sparkle black, pearl brilliant white, metallic matte stellar blue, glass sparkle black. Rider and media opinions: riders, still one of the most confidence-inspiring superbikes. Mechanics: Engines remain bulletproof. Predictable electronics keep maintenance minimal. YouTubers highlighted smooth mid-range, durability, and easy handling on track. Critics: some rivals have more advanced electronics and aerodynamics. Competition: BMW S1000R, Ducati Panigale V4, Yamaha YZ-FR1, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R, Honda CBR 1000RR Fireblade. GSX-R1000 advantages: durable, predictable engine, balanced chassis, less overwhelming electronics for some riders. Disadvantages: slightly lower peak power than Euro rivals, no aerodynamic winglets, less advanced electronics than newest competitors. Market status 2025 Europe: GSX-R750 already gone. GSX-R1000 still Euro 5 compliant, limited allocation. United States: GSX-R1000 continues. GSX-R750 completely discontinued. 2026 GSX-R history continues. This year is more than just another chapter. It marks a major milestone in GSX-R history and a return to European markets with a reworked GSX-R1000 platform, while the GSX-R750's era transitions into collectible legacy status. 2026 Suzuki GSX-R750. Europe: production had already ended in 2023 due to Euro emissions compliance, making it impossible for Suzuki to legally produce new bikes for EU markets. United States: the last factory-built GSX-R750 units were produced for the 2024 model year, after which production stopped globally. So, while you may see 750s in showrooms or on dealer websites, in 2026 these were existing stock from previous years, sometimes featuring special 40th anniversary edition graphics to celebrate the lineage. No new engines, frames, or mechanical parts were manufactured. What's new versus carryover, 40th anniversary edition graphics and limited paint schemes? Dealer and museum displays celebrating the GSX-R legacy. Videos and promotional materials honoring 39 plus years of the GSX-R750 carryover mechanically. Power and torque identical to final 2024 model, 148 horsepower, 86 Newton meters. Official colors: North America 2024 final stock. Metallic Triton blue, glass sparkle black, anniversary edition graphics. Pearl brilliant white, metallic matte stellar blue, glass sparkle black. Europe's last colors pre-2023 were similar, but availability had already ended due to emissions regulations. Market summary: GSX-R750. Europe: last production 2023. Status 2026 discontinued. Dealer stock only, North America, last production 2024. Status 2026 discontinued. Dealer stock only, Japan, last production late 2010s. Status 2026 discontinued, emissions regulations. 2026 Suzuki GSX-R1000. This year becomes one of the most important years for the bike. After being effectively discontinued in Europe after 2022 and not meeting Euro 5 emissions rules, Suzuki responded by re-engineering the GSX-R1000 and GSX-R1000R for 2026, making it compliant and once again saleable in key markets like Europe and North America. This update is not just a paint refresh. It's a meaningful mechanical and electronics evolution. It coincides with the 40th anniversary of the GSX-R family, a huge moment for the brand and the superbike world. What's new for 2026? New and officially confirmed changes: revised engine internals, new pistons, connecting rods, revised crankshaft and crankcases, higher compression ratio, approx 13.8 to 1. These changes help the engine meet Euro 5 Plus regulations while maintaining high performance. What's new versus carryover engine and compliance? Updated 999.8cc inline 4 with revised internals, new crankshaft, pistons, connecting rods, crankcases, and combustion components. Compression ratio increased to 13.8 to 1 for improved efficiency and performance potential. Revised cam profiles and valve timing to balance emissions and power delivery. Electronics, latest 3-axis, 6-direction IMU, updated traction control with roll torque control, motion track braking, and cornering ABS. Launch control, bi-directional quickshifter. Selectable riding modes integrated with ride-by-wire throttle system. These systems bring the GSX-R1000 up to modern superbike electronics standards. Aerodynamics, optional winglets for added downforce at high speeds. Revised fairing for improved airflow and stability. 40th anniversary styling. Retro-inspired colorways and exclusive badging. Special decals on tank, fairings, seat, and muffler. Classic GSX-R color themes reflecting decades of sportbike history. Carryover, aluminum twin spar frame. Unchanged geometry, show or balance-free front, BFF fork and balance-free rear cushion. BFRC light shock, Brembo monoblock radial front brakes. Ride-by-wire, throttle body EFI system. Engine power, peak power, 195 PS, 143.5 kilowatts at 13,200 revolutions per minute. Peak torque, 110 Nm at 11,000 revolutions per minute. Weight, 203 kilograms, wet. Fuel capacity, 16 liters. Seat height, 825 millimeters. This engine update makes the bike competitive with the latest superbikes. Even if peak horsepower is slightly down on older spec bikes, a trade-off, Suzuki chose to meet emissions while retaining usable power and durability. Electronics and rider aids. This is a key area of update for 2026. Full ride-by-wire system with adjustable ride and power modes. 6-direction IMU with cornering ABS and roll control. Adjustable IMU-based traction control and wheelie management. Launch control, bi-directional quickshifter. Motion track anti-lock braking, roll torque control. This suite now brings Suzuki closer to European competitor standards without overcomplicating rider interaction. Reviewers and riders alike have highlighted that this represents a big step forward for Suzuki electronics, especially compared with the previous generation that was sometimes criticized for being too simple. This is a substantial upgrade, especially in cornering and stability systems that make high-speed riding more confidence-inspiring. Official colors. Suzuki confirmed several official color schemes tied to the 40th anniversary theme, including Classic Pearl Vigor Blue, Tech White, Candy Daring Red, Tech White, Pearl Ignite Yellow, Stellar Blue. These take direct inspiration from classic GSX-R liveries of the past with distinctive anniversary graphics and emblems. Reliability and known install base. Because the 2026 model is new, long-term reliability data doesn't yet exist. However, mechanics Familiar with GSX-R platforms, expect high long-term durability, especially given race-derived internals, strength and crank components. Updated combustion design for cleaner operation. Mechanics noted that the engine's internal revisions improve durability and emissions compliance. Early reports confirm the balance and chassis stability remain excellent for both street and track use. Early impressions from experienced riders and media testers include: the updated engine feels strong and smooth, with improved combustion efficiency and a more linear torque curve. Electronic rider aids are a step up from the previous generation, especially the IMU-based traction and ABS systems. The 40th anniversary styling hits the nostalgia button while offering a modern superbike experience. Competition. After this update, the GSX-R1000 is back in the superbike battle with BMW S1000R, Ducati Panigale V4, Yamaha YZF-R1, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R, Honda CBR1000RR Fireblade. Compared with rivals, pros, updated, Euro 5 Plus compliant engine, IMU-based electronics and rider aids, optional aerodynamic winglets. Classic GSX-R heritage with modern performance cons. Peak power slightly down on earlier pre-Euro 5 figures. The new electronics and engine updates position the GSX-R1000 not just as a continuation, but as a renewed contender, focused on ride engagement, emissions compliance and balanced performance. Also, the electronics package is less complex than some European competitors' multi-brand systems, for example, Aprilia or Ducati. Still, many riders appreciate Suzuki's approach, a balance of mechanical clarity and modern support systems. Market status: Europe. The 1000 returns officially to European showrooms in 2026. United States, available as a 2026 model with updated specs and anniversary livery. Suzuki continues to serve as one of its most iconic customers in the superbike community. Other regions, Australia, Japan, and other major markets also received the updated model. This marks a comeback for Suzuki's flagship superbike, reconnecting with riders after a few years of limited availability. Final character: GSX-R750 officially ended production, a moment that marks the close of a nearly 40-year legacy. GSX-R1000 returns to Europe and global markets with a meaningful upgrade, modern electronics, and new internals, celebrating the GSX-R's 40th anniversary. This is a defining year in GSX-R history because it is much more than a heritage celebration model. It's Suzuki's statement that the GSX-R legacy continues with modern compliance and performance. The 750 has bowed out after an incredible run, and the 1000 returned in 2026, Euro 5 compliant, 40th anniversary edition, and still a legend. But what comes next? 2027 GSX-R1000R 40th anniversary edition confirmed new changes. The new year model's versatile engine is updated and continues to deliver class-leading power smoothly and controllably across a broad RPM range. Engine, fueling, lubrication. STFI injector update. STFI injectors changed from a 10-hole to an 8-hole design. Cam chain update. New wider cam chain to help reduce frictional losses. Cam chain drive and driven sprocket design changed. Intermittent lubrication scheme uses a new intermittent lubrication scheme to precisely lubricate the camshafts. Senior VVT retained. Senior VVT continues to use a centrifugal actuated mechanism on the intake camshaft sprocket. Compression ratio change. Piston head change to accommodate larger valves, raises compression ratio to 13.8 to 1 from 13.2 to 1. New combustion chamber design. The new cylinder head's combustion chamber design continues to minimize heat production. Exhaust system, all new. New 4-to-1 exhaust for 2027. Exhaust collector repositioning. Exhaust collector moved closer to the engine, mass centralization, and to aid catalytic converter warm-up and emissions flow. Muffler changes. Media blasted titanium muffler, muted GSX-R logo, mounted high for clearance. Muffler volume reduced 8.3 litres to 5.5 litres, while retaining performance. Fuel delivery update. Injectors. Fuel delivery revised, with new injectors, moving from a 10-hole to an 8-hole design. Lift limiter. New adoption adopted to help prevent the front wheel lifting when accelerating. Settings determined by the STCS level setting, works silently in background. New Li-ion battery, equipped with a new lithium-ion battery that's lighter, more compact, and provides more stable voltage under load for easier starting. ABS, control unit weight reduction, new compact lightweight ABS control unit. Body, styling, and appearance changes. 40th anniversary color theme. Body colors match the GSX-R's history and use schemes inspired by famous racing liveries from the past. Optional winglets. Optional CF-look winglets can be mounted, extending from the sides of the front cowling. Inspired by the GSX-R1000 based CN Challenge motorcycle, Suzuki 8R. 40th anniversary decals, emblems. Decals on the sides of the fairing and under the cowl. Fuel tank emblem, an anniversary emblem on top of fuel tank. Fuel tank cap and mounting ring black tout to match emblem. Engine cover finish. Engine covers changed from black to grey finish. Seat. GSX-R logo embossed into the rear section of the rider's seat. Headlight, face details, black background, LCD instrument panel. Bright stacked LED headlight assembly and eyebrow position lights. LED position lights above the SRAD intakes. Official colors. The colors for the 2027 are Pearl Vigor Blue, Pearl Tech White, Candy Daring Red, Pearl Tech White. Suzuki faces a challenge. European superbikes are track-focused and technology-heavy. But the GSX-R must stay true to its lightweight, balanced handling and rider-focused character. Even without official announcements, the GSX-R lineage will continue evolving, blending heritage, performance, and compliance. Closing thoughts. So, as we look to 2027 and beyond, the GSX-R story isn't over. The 750 may be gone, but the 1000 continues to define Suzuki's superbike legacy. Future models will embrace smarter electronics, refined aerodynamics, and emissions compliance, keeping the legendary character that has made the GSX-R famous for nearly 40 years. The GSX-R isn't just history, it's still racing toward the future. Thanks for watching the final part of our GSX-R history series. Stay tuned for more because this story is far from finished.